Let's hit live and go live. Let me share it everywhere. It's time for everyone to come eat their delicious food. That is January, their nourishment. It certainly has given you a lot to chew on, or given people a lot to chew on.
Lot to digest.
Yeah.
Reader. Actually, so I wanted to actually bring up something because I was shown something this morning that I feel inclined to share. Is a fan comic that someone made.
Oh?
That got not retweeted, but reblogged by the official BCB Tumblr account.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, and I just want to make this abundantly clear. I think the art is nice. It looks like the artist is a real fan. They really do care a lot about the subject matter, and they certainly put their heart and soul into this. However, I'd be remiss if
Are you talking
I
about
didn't
the one
notice that
by
there's
Anon
kind of
Felis? This one?
yes. However, this was shared to me by B, and I immediately from the first panel, I'm like, oh, this looks familiar. This looks very familiar.
I felt like
I
I've
don't
seen it before. Isn't this a BCI?
know. Um, it's now I want to make this abundantly clear. I don't believe that this is plagiarism. I don't think that or at least I want to believe that this is just someone just came up with this by themselves. But this is very, very, very reminiscent of the Gay Lucy comic that me and B came up with like a few years ago. The one where because it
Oh.
wait, I'm pretty I'm sure we've shown it like 3 times already, but I'll find it again. But it has a similar premise of kind of focusing in on like elementary school and Daisy kind of becoming friends with Lucy because she's also like very because she was friends with Sandy and Sandy's spending all her time with Mike, and so Daisy and Lucy become friends instead of Mike and Lucy becoming friends. Now, I just want to make now another thing is like the artist Anon Fellis had mentioned that their idea for the AU was simply that Sandy never left, like she didn't move away. Whereas the AU that me and B, well, I say me and B, but it's more B's thing. I don't want to discredit them,
I
but
knew it looked familiar. I was like,
yeah,
why? I feel like I've seen this before.
yes. Our idea was more just that instead of Lucy clinging on to Mike when she was alone, like have her become friends with Daisy now because now that Mike's like being stupid, and she's like, okay, now I'm gonna be friends with like Daisy comes up to her and she's like, oh, they become friends now, and that's a good and they're like that's kind of a good way to kind of resolve some of the issues that Lucy has like with herself, and also squash the Mike and Lucy drama, and also kind of make Lucy gay, which is also fun. Good times.
I'm about to end. This artist whole
Although one
career.
big difference is that we both agreed that we are not going to bring in Yashi. Yashi is not a thing in this universe because Daisy intervened. Lucy doesn't find the egg, and thus does not. Yashi does not become a part of the picture.
I want to mean.
Sorry, all the pet fans. I know you love them, but I don't. But yeah, I just
When
wanted to bring that up. It's just a funny little thing.
What? All right. So when this takes place, they're in third grade here. They were
Yeah,
born in the early '90s. We'll say like '92. That means they're about 5.
I don't
Say
know.
they're like. Uh, we'll say they're about 10
Okay.
here. So that makes it about 2002 maybe. I'm just trying
I
to
don't know.
think because when was the first time Daisy said hi? I'm Daisy because that didn't really become a meme until like the late 2000s.
I don't
I
know.
know it's a BCB meme, and by 2006 it would have been in the zeitgeist, but here, I don't know if
I don't know.
Lucy would
When
have
did
found that
Mario
funny.
Kart come out?
Mario Kart's Double Dash, which is
Or
the one
whichever one,
first one
I
she would have
guess.
been in. Double Dash. Double Dash came out in 2003. How about that? November 7th, 2003. Okay, you win this time by a sliver, but you win.
I wouldn't really care either way. But
This that was this close to being gotcha, but no, you did it. I'm a fucking history nut, so if something's not historically, if I'm like, wait a minute, the chronologically of this doesn't, but yeah, it's cool. This is a good comic. Both the comics are really good,
yeah,
and
I
Sue.
do think that I even though I am biased because it's my boy B, I do prefer B's comic because not just because it's longer, but because fucking they're like one of because I still remember like helping them like come up with like how the dialogue would come and little things and references and how the story was going to go. Like if you like just reading it, you can see like a whole bunch of little references and winks and nods to the actual canon. The fucking Sandy shrug, the fact that it's similar to fucking and Paolo and Jasmine and all that jazz.
Haha.
It's there's the fucking special paneling, like when Lucy gives, "I wouldn't know. What do you know about me?" Yeah, and all these things just boil in and show just how much love and care was put into it, and all the little things that make it just a great fan comic.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and also just the amount of care that went into kind of the setup. I if there is any like criticism the to Anon Fallis's comic that I would give, I'd say that it starts a bit abruptly. Like I it's kind of unclear who is Daisy talking to, and she's saying she
Like
only hangs out with him now, or she
I think
just
she's
talk. I guess
talking
she's
to
just talking to
herself.
herself, but it still feels like kind of unprompted. Like you could have better set that up and
Yeah, but I mean,
stuff like
art
that.
takes
Little
time.
jips and jibes, but yeah.
We
Again,
get
mine.
it.
Look, like I said, I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm saying that it's still good, but there are like little nitpicks and stuff that I could point and that I would still kind of that makes me be like I still that yeah I the bees comic is much better or yeah
But I think both of them are wonderful in their own right.
perhaps. Nonetheless, we aren't here to talk about any of those because we are here to read
There's
January,
only one
and we're
fan
about to
comic that matters.
yeah, and we are about to hit the final climax of January.
I can't believe it. So I did have and I'm gonna ask it again because we're on stream. So you said you started doing digital pages.
No, that's not completely true. Only page 106 or something was the fully digital page. Everything else is similar to everything else is a hybrid, so you can still see like the sketch lines. One thing that I kind of noticed, or that I hated about like doing a purely digital page, was that it's when if I had it like regular
Oh.
like that, I felt like the lines were a bit too clean, and it didn't have that kind of rough texture. It felt like it was missing something. 10 or wait no, page 105 is the one. Page 105 was kind of my best effort. Thankfully, there was like a pencil texture thing. Things I could have fucking mixed up, like the fact that you really can't tell that you cannot tell the black in Rachel's ears. It's way too dark. But but anyway, the pages that you see right now on Tumblr are a hybrid. So it's pretty much just erasing up a lot of like the number of sketch marks and stuff, so you don't have so much smudged faces, and kind of redoing some of the lines in digital, but just literally just cleaning it up a bit.
All right.
But specifically just like faces and things. Otherwise, and also actually starting on 114, which is the one that we're in. Or no, starting beforehand. Also relettering all the stuff with the tablet. Still not great, but it's all right.
All right. Cool. Good. This is a good transition.
Anyway, here we are.
All right. Mike has shown up with his nondescript box. What did,
Mike is here. Yeah,
what
man
did
of the
Mike
hour.
bring Rachel? Did you have like an idea of what he would bring, or he just had a
No, he drops it in the fucking in 3 panels from there. It's gone. It's completely fucking gone.
Oh no.
He doesn't have it in his hands anymore. It's just gone. I did not care.
Oh no. Oh no. Whew.
Anyway.
Everyone's hanging out.
Look, hey, Paolo's talking to Matt in the background.
Yeah,
Yeah, look at him.
Haha. And then
Look at 'em
the
go.
Terrence and Phillips show isn't on the background. Either that or they're Canadian.
No, yeah, it's just like that.
Hey.
Hey, Mike. Also, you can see Paolo peeking, noticing being the first one to notice Mike in the previous panel. See, he's poking out the side there. Oh shit, he's there. Trouble's a brewing.
And he ran over real fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Paulo, what's up?
Oh, nothing much. I'm glad you can make it. Now, come here, why don't
Why
you?
is she here?
Who? Rachel? Well, who? What? Or wait, no, I'm sorry. What? Who? Rachel? Well, it is her birthday.
I'm talking about Lucy. Why is she here?
I still like that joke. It's just cute deflection.
Why is
Who,
Mike
Rachel?
mad that Lucy's there? Like, I don't...
Cause he's grumpy, Mike. Of course.
Oh, is it? Wait, is this Witch Hunt Mike?
This is fucking happy hour, Mike. He does, and without any, it's happy hour, Mike. But if he never got to talk with Lucy, they never had that whole bit in reconciliation. Lucy hasn't said a damn word to Mike ever since. So he's still got that December Mike energy because he never got to let it out. That's my excuse. My other excuse is the canon also tends to flip-flop with Mike, so fuck you, I'll do it too.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm just asking, like, what version of Mike am I channeling today? All right, I see your line.
Well, if I had to guess, it was because she was invited.
Wah.
Stare down.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go.
Oh, come on, dude. Okay, here is the prime example I'd point to in showing how I mentioned earlier, or I mentioned in the last stream, that this wasn't supposed to actually take place in Happy Hour. This scene and the preceding scenes were actually meant to take place in the school, and I was like, but I wanted to cut in time, but in order to cut time and just save us from having to go through another like whole chapter's worth of scene, uh, I was like, screw it, we're going to cut this down in length. We're going to mash Happy Hour into the ending, and we'll figure out how to do that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I can kind of see, you know. And here's where things are a bit weird, because the way that was supposed to go was Mike, Paolo, David, Lucy, or not Lucy, Daisy, and Abby are all at the table, right? And they're all talking about whatever. And this is after Paolo got the audition. So so Paolo's talking to Daisy about the audition. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be in a play. It's gonna be fucking awesome, yeah." And he's like, "Are you sure they really want you fucking do it after what you did afterwards?" She's like, "Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. They said it's okay, so I guess it's okay." Yeah. And so there's just and and Paolo brings up Lucy, which gets Mike all pushy. And Paolo is like trying to keep it cool because he understands like he got to talk with Lucy and he understands the situation. So he's like, dude, what's the fuck problem? And he's getting pissed with Mike. And eventually Pike says something over the top, and then Paolo's like, all right, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna go leave. I'm gonna go talk to Lucy because I don't need to deal with this. And she's my friend. And you know why I'm gonna go there? Not to spite you, but because she's my fucking friend, and that's what friends do. Fuck you, Mike. Peace. And the whole thing is meant to be all the characters leaving Mike and going to Lucy's table. Well, and that kind of mirroring what's happened to Lucy, essentially. And be nice.
Why didn't
poetic.
Sue just tell everyone Mike's plan, and then they're like, okay, well, we're not going to fall into that. We're going to stay with Lucy.
Because Sue's primary concern was Lucy and making sure that Lucy's okay. And so she's like, you know what? Fuck Mike. Yeah, just fuck it. But she doesn't, like, all the others, like, they are doing whatever they want. And on top of that, Sue didn't really believe it would work. Like as she said, I should have known that it wouldn't have been okay and all that jazz. Things like that. Nonetheless, we're getting off topic. So just bear in mind, that was how this was originally supposed to play out. And I was like, okay, how do I actually keep Mike long enough for us to get the scenes? And this is my trying to scramble to figure out how to fucking get that. Anyway. Dude, where are you going?
I'm looking for another way around.
What? What? Dude, this isn't your house. You don't know where shit is.
I'm not missing a page, am I? Or panel?
No. And come on, man. It's a party. We're trying to have a good time.
That's exactly why I don't want to go there. Wait,
what? Yeah, like I said, again, this is the most disjointed because I'm like, how do I get to certain talking points? I don't know. Like, try to figure out how do I get him to talk about this, like that? Like, I don't know.
Welcome to Teshi's
again, lack of planning fucked me on this page. This is such a big stumble. I hate it. What? Just because Lucy's in there? Dude, seriously? What are you so scared of?
Just forget it. You wouldn't understand.
Oh, you wouldn't understand. That's fucking classic. You know, I'm Lucy's friend too. I've known her for like 4 years now. And most of that time was spent either hearing or dealing with your bullshit. So I think I understand.
Then you know why I don't want to be there.
Yeah, It's because you're too much of a pussy to actually confront her about your problems.
Oh, I don't think that's a good idea. I think that's a really
Ah.
bad idea. We saw what happened when that
It's
happened.
just a funny face. Hey, it didn't happen yet. That page didn't happen yet. This was this is like 5 or 6 years ago now, but yeah. It's your line.
Oh, so it's my problem that I don't want to deal with her after everything she did to me?
What are you talking about? Lucy hasn't done anything to you for months, and you've been avoiding her like the plague. Right now, the only one causing problems here is you.
I'm trying to leave. So, no.
Yeah, again, it was not the best thing. Again, this would have worked way better if it was at the cafeteria table, and Mike was saying this shit to Paolo. He's like, I don't want to hear about Lucy. Okay, I'm fucking done with her. And I was like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? We were having a good time.
Funny how you only start caring about Lucy after breaking up with Jasmine.
What did you just say?
Punk.
Mikey.
Oh god. Oh god. I'm just drunk Daisy.
Yeah.
Oh, she's not drunk.
Actually, no. I completely forgot about that, which is fair. I think I may have thought about it, but I was like, no, this is sober Daisy. Daisy needs to be sober for this.
You only had a little drink.
It's fine. She pissed it out. It's fine.
Whoa.
Is everything all right, guys?
Hey, you started using the VCB text.
Yes, this is when B came up with the text chat with the custom font. And I was like, yes.
There it is.
I started to utilize it. I heard yelling and yeah, everything is fine. Don't worry about it, Daisy. Mike was lost, and I was trying to tell him the party is in the other room.
I didn't ask you to do that for me.
Yeah, well, I took it upon myself.
You sure you're not just doing this for someone else?
No, he's more inquisitive. He's being a pain in the ass. Sure you're not just doing this for someone else? He's implying Lucy.
Oh. You sure you're not just doing this for someone else?
Well, damn, you got me, Mike. I'm just doing this for Rachel. Because in case you forgot, this is her birthday party, not your pity party.
He didn't even want to be there. He wanted to leave.
He did. He was gonna. Again,
Paulo is putting
up.
You know what? I think we could chalk this up to Paulo putting his foot in his mouth again and just I don't know.
No, it was my bad writing. I was like, because I'm like, okay, Mike needs to be how do I get Mike to get a one-on-one with Paolo? And I was like, but I can't have him out the door, because out the door is when Daisy's supposed to come in. I want him to still be in here. How do I kind of keep him? I'm trying to keep him trapped in here.
Beat him up.
Like, so that's why he changed his mind. He's just like, I'm just gonna go to another room party over there, away from Lucy. Not trying to leave. Anyway, because in case you forgot, this is her birthday party, not your pity party. Everyone's here to have a good time, Mike, and you're free to join us. But if you do us all a favor, will ya?
I think it would have made a little bit more sense if Mike started making a scene instead of just saying, all right, I'm going to leave. Like, if he was like, great, Lucy's here, and he's, like, making a scene in front of everyone, then this would make a little bit more sense, and then Paulo pulls him aside and starts saying all of this. But here it just kind of feels like Paulo's mad at him for wanting to leave and not being Lucy's friend.
I also just didn't want to have Mike be too much of an asshole. Like, at the time, because I was like, I want him to be an ass, but I don't want him to be like that big of an asshole. I don't want to like strawman Mike into being fucking angry. What the fuck is that thing?
That's you, dog. I don't know. That's a buzzing sound. If Psy, Mike, if you learn how to make a silent treatment as in stop talking kid. Yeah, I think all of them should shut up and never talk again. It's more you're probably the empty shell of anger, like a words of pain. Look at Daisy's little frowny face above Paulo's elbow. It's funny. Amazil?
No, yeah, I got a call. It's all right. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I apparently have to go leave and drop my mom off for dinner.
Oh.
It's fucking weird ass timing.
Wait, alright,
It'll
well, about
probably
how...
take 10-15 minutes.
Alright,
All right,
yeah,
let's just get
I can
this.
entertain
We can
for...
get this page done and then we can leave because this is the end of fucking Paolo's thing.
Alright.
It sucks because we've. Well, it's okay.
No. I can entertain for 15 minutes while you go do your thing, and then you just come back and we'll finish it.
Also, don't worry, Gotcha Comics. Mike had been absent from the rest of the comic. Like, he's really in like 5% of this comic. He's just here at the end to get bullied, and in the beginning to set up everything. That's it. Anyway, check your baggage. Oh, wait, no. Everyone's here to have a good time, and you're free to join us. But if you do us all a favor, will you? Check your baggage at the door. And excuse me, I have a party to attend. What was that all about?
Nothing. I'm going home.
Wait, what? Also, that is Offspring reference. I don't know why you messed up. I don't know why your whole life is a
Oh
bore.
no.
Just do me a favor.
Why not? I'm clearly
Check
not
your
welcome.
baggage
The
at
fuck?
the door.
What do you mean you're clearly not welcome? You didn't want to be there. Now you're like, I'm leaving because I'm not welcome. What the fuck?
Again,
What?
Moody Mike doesn't fucking pay attention.
Oh,
He thinks the world's against him. Nobody cares.
I mean, they didn't really care, actually. They just kind of let the abuse happen. I mean, you have to remember, this is the same chapter
Alright,
where...
do not show them any of the future pages, because they are the most important. I will be back in like 10-15 minutes.
Okay, I will entertain everybody. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hi, how's it going? Okay, you know, I was thinking about it today, guys, and if you think about it, Amazil and I, along with a few others, have dubbed the entirety of BCB. Like, you can go back through the read streams and use those voice lines as a dub play, as a dub template. We did the whole thing. It's over, mate. It's all good. Like, can you believe that? The whole thing done. I did it. We did it. We did what everyone said was impossible. Even Amazil. Amazil said nobody gets past 2 dubs. We did the whole thing. Hey, you guys ever seen the first Transformers movie? And they sit down and the big guy, the hacker dude, like they put the hacker dude and this hacker chick in the room with the donuts, and the hacker guy's like, see, they put the donuts in here to see if you're guilty. If you don't eat the donuts, then you're guilty. And he's like, boom, I ate the whole plate. That's me. That it's like we boom, did the whole dub, did the whole comic. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a look at some BCB stuff, as we do. Let's see, we got, by the way, check out Lieutenant Amazil's YouTube channel. It's literally LT Amazil. He's got some good stuff on there. He's got lots of BCB stuff. He also has stuff about other webcomics, and I have joined in a few of these videos. And that's good. Let me actually find something. There's one that's really funny. I mean, they're all really funny, like, of course. But I'm gonna find the one that's, like, really funny. Let me see. Bisexual furry forces escape from the scene. Horrible. Here it is. We're furry and forlorn. We live in sewers, love in sewers, and our hearts are torn. We laugh, we cry, we sing in harmony. I love her, but I love him, and darn it, he loves me. Oh, rats, 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 rats. Hilarious. Funny stuff. Good stuff. Let's see what else. What else? There's a whole playlist of BCB stuff. Let's go take a look. Got these. We got these. And we can also even take a look at some BCB fics. Let's talk about that. Actually, let me do my review on BCB fanfictions right now. I'm gonna sit here and review every single BCB fanfiction. Ad libitum. Outside of me, This Is Lackluster has made the most epic story of all time, but it was never finished. This is a... By the way, if you want to actually read the longer version of Ad Libitum, you have to go to fanfiction.net. The entirety of it is not posted to Archive of Our Own, but Ad Libitum is a Sue X Paulo fic, and it's really, really good. It's just the cutest, sweetest thing ever. I love Paulo X Sue. There's something about the two people that can't stand each other, but deep down they actually really like each other a lot. Like that, like even more so than Mike and Lucy. This is like, I don't know. There's something interesting about them being frustrated by the fact that they like each other when they hate each other so much. I like that. It's a lot of fun. The first day, I actually... Hello?
Hello.
Oh, Mr. Robbio Girl, it's been a minute. How you been?
I've been good.
That's good to hear. We're kind of doing a little intermission right now, cause...
Oh yeah, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Alright.
But you are in stream, just letting you know. I was going down to review all these fan fictions while Amazil went to take care of his mom. First day, I haven't read this one. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is probably based off of that Fiji Cats crossover picture that Teshi did. Go ahead and give it kudo. Oh, I already did that. Maverick. Oh God, that's not good. I don't know the stories Maverick's written. Loose Ends by Chrono23. I don't remember what this one was about. Like apologize to Lucy. I guess it's fine. I don't remember that one. Thicker Than Water. I have not read this one. I think. I'm pretty sure I haven't. Picture Frames. This one I have read. Lemon Cat Fox. Basically this story is Daisy and Lucy are in a relationship, and Lucy sees a picture of Mike, and then she starts crying, and then Daisy hugs her and tells her it's gonna be okay. It's a nice, cute little fic. It's not too long, but there it is. You know, only less than 500 words. Coming Out. This one is a funny kind of meme joke comic where Mike and Paulo start making out, and Daisy and Lucy start loving each other. So it's just a fun little cute comic. Up on the Rooftop. I don't think I've actually read that one. The Convention. This is a good one. Macy Dreamer, one of the all-time greats. Macy Dreamer wrote a story where Mike goes cosplaying for the first time with his guildmates, and Mike ends up wearing a dress, the Flower Mage dress, and it makes him feel things inside. And also Stacy and Mike are like, Stacy kisses Mike, and she's like, I've been wanting to do that all day. So there you go. It's a cute little thing. It's fun. It's a fun story. You still have your friends? I actually don't know what this one is. I haven't read this one. I should read this one. I'm Trying to Impress You. This is a cute one. I actually like the concept for this. So basically, Paulo and Mike are hanging out, and Paulo is trying to impress Mike by doing like they're playing laser tag, they're going bowling, but Paulo's just kind of like falling just short, but he's getting frustrated because he wants to impress Mike with how good he is. It's a cute story. I'd recommend. Do You Like Me? I don't remember this one. I might not have read this one. Oh, well, I guess Mike rebounds on the Paulo and it's cute. Audrey Uwu, another great one. Closet Cat. Abby accidentally learns about Paulo's bisexuality. So I assume that, I don't think I read this one. I thought I did. Oh, shit. Let me join this. Just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. I think no, that's a bad idea. The seasonal flu. I don't actually remember. I platonically shipped them so hard. Yeah, I don't know. Oh shit. Monochrome Day. I don't actually remember. But if this is a Lucy's ex Augustus story, then I will have to. We do this from time to time. They doze off outdoors. This is a cute one, I guess. Next one, The Stars in Your Eyes. I don't remember this one. I probably read it. It's just Paulo x Mike cute fic. I guess Paulo's looking at Mike's eyes. Now I'm the fruitcake. We can't be friends anymore. This one is a really good one, and I actually did a dramatic reading of this one. So this is a retelling of December, where Mike tells Lucy to go away because Mike still has feelings for her, but he's supposed to be with Sandy. And I honestly feel like this would have been better and more dramatic than Mike just screaming at Lucy, because it's like Mike doesn't want to hurt Lucy, but he doesn't know what to do. He's like, I can't be around you because I just have feelings for you all the time. This is something I kind of worked into Scarf and Bow. Scarf and Bow might have come out before this one, though. I'm pretty sure Scarf and Bow Part 1 came out before this one, but I wrote in the Scarf and Bow that Mike acted the way he did because he liked Lucy and he knew he shouldn't be feeling like that. A Fang of Silver. I read this one, I kind of skipped through it. This is like part 1 of 2 of like a Bittersweet Candy Bowl medieval fantasy universe. I really like the aesthetic and the setting. Basically, Lucy is like in love with Sandy, and Lucy's like some random person. Sandy is like gonna be the princess because she's supposed to get married to Mike. Mike is a knight. He's a prince, and he kind of plays dirty a little bit at this jousting tournament with Lucy, and that's basically what that is. His Green Eyes. Mike made an attempt on his own life and receives comfort from a certain white cat. Oh yeah, this was a really good one. I remember this one. I freaking commented on it. I said brilliant. I love it. This up here was really good. I specifically remember this. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. He's like freaking out because Mike tried to kill himself, and he loves Mike. Scarf and Bow Part 1. Oh, by the way, His Green Eyes, I do recommend it. Scarf and Bow Part 1. What more is there to say? This is, at the time when it came out, it was the most read BCB fic. And I'm really proud of it. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to write anything this good ever again. But I literally just sat down one day and I just wrote. I was like, okay, I hate Eternal Flame. I'm going to rewrite it so that it's dramatic, but we still get what we want. And so Scarf and Bow Part 1, it's actually Part 1 because I was getting burnt out of writing Scarf and Bow. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna write the Paulo X Sue fic. It's actually they just become friends at the end. I'll get to that. But I did the part 1. I was like, and so many people loved it. 25 kudos. I'm absolutely thrilled because a lot of people felt that same way. Wagon Driver Augustus. This is a really cute story. This is basically, and you don't really know till partway through, but Molly is out doing her rounds selling cookies, and then she like has an accident, and then Augustus like helps her out and like pulls the little wagon for her. It's a cute story. I definitely recommend it. Bonsai. I don't remember what this was about. Oh, this is just Mike being sad because he's a meanie head. Uh, Good story. Macy Dreamer usually does a lot of really interesting stuff, and she's really, or he, I don't know. Macy Dreamer's really good at writing these characters and the inner emotions and feelings, and this one is no different. 1 Second to Midnight. This one's kind of the black sheep of the stories, but it's also the most important of the stories that I've written, and you'll see why eventually. But 1 Second to Midnight, like in my head, I was like, if you only had 30 minutes to live and you could only spend it with one person, who would it be and what would you do or talk about? And that's where this one came from. And I was like, all right, if Paulo was going to spend time with any one of his, like, obviously he would probably go to Daisy. But if he didn't go to Daisy, I feel like he would go to Jasmine. Him and Jasmine get together and they're alone together and they talk. And it's a really cute story. And people didn't really read it, but I think it's good and it's gonna be important. Trust me. Stormy Skies, Green Eyes, another Mike X Daisy. So Mike X Daisy ends up actually becoming a favorite of the fic writers coming up. Shall we go upstairs, Mikey? Yeah, so this is just a cute little Mike and Daisy fic. They're walking down the street. And it's just cute. It's a cute. Well, sometimes it just has to be cute. So check it out. Not so different. This one I really like. This one where I was really hitting my stride with writing. I had this very clear vision. I don't apply myself, but I've actually started writing Not So Different too, and I have just so many ideas for it that I might not be able to put all of them in there, and I keep refining them. And to just to make it better, to make it a little more subtle. But I love the idea. Originally, for Not So Different, Paulo and Sue were gonna get together right out of the gate. Like Paulo was just gonna get tired of all the bitching that Sue does towards him, and he's like, "What the hell is your problem?" And it's like Sue's like, "Because I like you, okay?" And things get kind of weird and awkward, and Paulo's like, "All right, we'll hang out after school and we'll see where it goes." And they actually have a good time, but then so they do end up really liking each other, but Sue wants to keep it a secret, and Paulo's like, fine, whatever. However, things kind of there's friction between the two, and eventually Sue has to make a choice between keeping things a secret or lose or making things open or losing Paulo. Anyway, that's not the story I wrote because I decided instead that it would be more fun to like have them slowly get to know each other more and come to realize that they have a lot more in common than they realized. And I think that's a fun thing. I'm Here. This is a good one. I actually reviewed this one. I reviewed this one the moment it got more reads than Scarf and Bow Part 2. I was like, all right, we're going to do I'm Here. And this is a cute story about Mike and Paulo. Paulo's wrestling with his feelings of liking Mike. Mike is also going through some stuff. It's a really cute story. It's really well written, and there are some not safe for work stuff and scenes in this comic. Obviously, it says unresolved sexual tension, awkward boners, uh, fantasizing, demisexual Mike, touch-starved Mike. Yeah, the one of the greatest things that I've seen out of any of these stories, which include mine, is the fact that Mike has an anxiety disorder. That that is such a galaxy brain thing to do that I wish Teshi would implement it in the main comic. That would be so good. It would make so much sense. And I think that a lot of the characters probably have a lot of underlying mental health issues that should be addressed. Unfortunately, that's not the story Teshi wants to tell. But I'm here. Totally worth the read. The whole thing about having an anxiety disorder, it's so good. It's so good. I'm kind of upset I didn't think of it first. But I'm not. We'll find a way. So basically, this story is about Mike and Sandy. Sandy's trying to really convince Mike to take, like, things are going to be better between us. And she really genuinely means it, and she's genuinely trying to be better. But Mike eventually repents. He's like, okay, he relents, and he's like, all right, I will trust you, and try to work with you on this. This is a good story. None that makes you good. You don't know how cute you are. A nice little Mike and Rachel fic. That's a crack ship if I've ever seen one, but it works very well. Basically, Rachel and Mike go to get some coffee together, and Rachel's just gushing over about how cute Mike is. It's just a nice little story. Hold the phone. This one is good. This one is really good. I say that about all of them. This is basically Paulo having, like, nightmares and, like, PTSD from the confrontation alleyway thing. And he calls Daisy up in the middle of the night to talk to her about how he's feeling. This is just a nice, cute little story. And it's not a cute little story, but it's a very powerful story. Hold the phone. Blackout. This one, I believe... This is one where David disappears. It's like a weird Candyverse timey-wimey story. I don't know. Experimental horror stories as fan fiction, something's about right. This is a good one. I'd recommend. Blackout. It's not a long read. So. You're My Rock. This one's a cute one. This is basically Mike. This is Mike proposing to Sandy. He's telling her about how much he cares about her and how that she's always been there for him and that he appreciates her so much that she's his rock. And he says, I love you, Sandy. You tell me that I'm your rock, but you're my rock as well. I'm hoping this rock will show you that. Sandy, will you marry me? I don't like Mike X Sandy, but this story was well done. This was a cute story. I just want to make you feel okay, but all you do is look the other way. Why is there a lock restricted? What does that mean? I don't... Oh, this is... Sue is in love with Lucy. And she's wrestling with those feelings. Good stuff. Good stuff. Cream Colored Joy. The one that started it all. This was actually only supposed to be the one chapter. It was just supposed to be a quick fluff chapter where Paulo and Daisy are hanging out at Paulo's house and they have a sleepover and Daisy has a nightmare and there's a thunderstorm and she's scared and she asks Paulo if she can sleep with him to help her feel better and then she does. And it was just supposed to be that one chapter. But then I was like, well, what happens next? What happens the next morning? What are they going to think about this? And that's what really got me into this. This story is rough. It is definitely rough. And Amaya does talk in it. This was back when I first started reading. I was first reading the comic. So I didn't completely understand some things. But once people pointed it out, I didn't have Amaya talk again for the rest of the story. Cream Colored Joy. I actually updated it on Independence Day, July 4th. This was one that could have kept going, but I was like, I just kind of want to end it and move on to the next thing. But this one's also important, especially because of the epilogue. The epilogue. Let's see, Lost Touch. I don't remember this one. Mike's choice to use it didn't affect his family, but, well, he's Lost Touch. I don't remember this one. Oh, he tries to kill himself. Okay, there's a few of these. Oh, right. He comes back. Yeah, it's a good story. I don't remember it too much, but that's on me. Now, there's a story that's not up here anymore, but it's basically one where Mike goes crazy and starts killing everybody. It was actually pretty good. Like, it was like diary entries, and you can see Mike slowly start to go insane, but it's gone now. It was removed, which really sucks because I thought it was well written. It was dark, but it was well written. The Tragic Hands of Fate. Oh, this is the other one. This is the other one of the medieval fantasy one, where Mike catches Sandy and Lucy making out in the garden, and he's kind of upset about that. It reminds me of Titanic, which I just watched earlier. A little bit. It's a good story. I like the medieval stuff. I really wish Jade Senpia. I don't know how to pronounce that. Really wish they kept going. Fast Friends. Oh, I remember this one. This was just a short little story where Mike is. Oh, this one was so good. I remember this one. And also the title means two things. I remember this story. It's Mike is upset and he's talking about the tree that him and Lucy used to sit at. And I think all of his friends come around to cheer him up. We can't let Mike's race to his special spot end with him eating it. This is just a cute story about all of the track team coming together to help Mike feel better. It's really cute. This is a really good story. Ren DG is another really good author. Roseville Wallflower. See, Lucy X Mike. Oh no! This one made me feel things. I hate feeling things. I hate it. This is a very, not nostalgic, but it's a very bittersweet one. Track team fanfic name? Oh, it was on the live stream. I'll send the link to it though. There. This one was a really good one where Mike is basically like it keeps jumping to different points in his life. So like the first time is Mike asking Lucy to marry him. And then this is the two when they get married. Yeah, they get married. And then Lucy and Mike have their first kid. And then Lucy's like, "Hey, welcome, come back to Earth." And then it's like, "Don't want to be late to our senior prom now, do we?" And so like he's literally thinking about the rest of his life. Or maybe he's not thinking about it. Maybe this stuff that just happens. But like it comes back to like it all starts here when they go to senior prom. This is a good story. This is a really good one. It made me feel sad because I'm like I haven't accomplished any of these things. It made me feel really sad. But it's not. It's nothing that they did. Shattered Voices. Which one is it? Ever. I don't remember what happened in this one. Oh, I think he almost freezes to death in this one. Wait. I think he just blacks out and goes fucking ape shit in his room. There's like blood. And then Lucy shows up. And then it's like a cute Lucy X Mike ending. It's a good one. How dare you make a Maya speak? You know what? I can do reality can be whatever I want it to be. Words on a page. Oh yeah, so this is basically Lucy actually succeeded in her killing herself, and then Jordan writes a letter because his therapist said that he should. The ones where Lucy succeeds in dying are so sad. I don't like those ones. They shouldn't be allowed. I shouldn't have to feel things. Apology tour. This is basically one where Mike goes to apologize to everybody. Or does he? No, this is another one where Lucy actually died, and then Mike goes to the tree. Wait. Oh no, Lucy didn't die. Hopeful ending. Anyway, a good story. I don't think there's any one of these that I wouldn't recommend. Mall Mayhem. Oh, this is just Matt and Rachel hanging out in the mall. It's a cute little fun slice of life story. Where they're just hanging out. Passenger seat. This one's a good one. This one's another one of those, like, really sad, I feel like I wasted my life kind of ones. But, like, me personally, this story's really good. Basically, Mike is, like, he's really nervous, you know? Like, it's after senior prom, and Lucy and him are getting ready to go. They're driving home, and Mike is, like, he's like, once I take us home, like, that's it. Like, it's over. Like, our lives are gonna completely change. And it's like, Lucy's like, it doesn't matter, you know? She's like, I don't care that we're gonna be, like, apart. Like, they're not gonna be too far apart, uh, but they're like, hey, it's okay if things are gonna change later, because right now we're together. And that's what matters. It's a good one. That Jerk Raga, another one. High five, top five, best five, good writer. Orientation. This one's a really good one. So this is basically a sequel to Passenger Seat. And Mike, like, gets this one was one that I was on the edge of my seat the entire freaking time. So basically Mike is like a little on edge because he's moving to his new dorm room, but Daisy's also there, but Lucy like hasn't responded to him. And then Lucy finally responds, and Mike, she's hanging out with Francis. There's a guy named, I shouldn't have spoiled it for you, but there's a guy named Francis, and Mike loses it, man. He like gets on the subway and he goes down there and he's like, hey, you stay away from Lucy, you son of a bitch. He doesn't say that, but it's that general thing. It's a really good one. I wish Raja, whatever, had continued this storyline, because it was really good. Consider
All right,
Oh, hello.
Wait. Don't speak so soon.
Oh, alright. Consider the Duck. I actually read this one as a dramatic reading on the YouTube channel. This is basically Lucy just talking to ducks about life and stuff. It's a good one. It's a nice little story. Shared Sorrows.
And as I sat down, my brother is here with food.
Oh.
Okay.
Do you want to try to finish this, or do you have to go eat?
Yeah, again, give me another 10 minutes.
Alright, we got some more stories to get through. This one...
I apologize once again.
No, it's alright. Shared Sorrows, this is a good one about Augustus and Abby kind of like... Augustus tries to apologize to Abby, and then they end up kissing. I think. They fall in love. Because of course they do. Because why not? We love that. Scarf and Bow, part 2. Part 2. Here we go. This one was really big. This one I believe is the most read, but only by a little bit. A lot happens in this. If I could redo anything though, I probably wouldn't kill Blur because that was just kind of a weird thing to do. But it was just this huge thing, and I had like deleted scenes, and one of them is like gone now. But a lot happens. Big epic story. Second confrontation, part 1 and 2. We're talking about big times. And then the epilogue. This is like my magnum opus. The epilogue. Not the epilogue is not my magnum opus. But like, I think this is the first time I've said anything about Kazuna in the Candyverse of Chaos. And so it's like, he's gonna return. What's he gonna do? I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. And then the writer's commentary. And then this one. This is mega super spicy. The spiciest the meatball. And this is the scene where Sandy and Lucy are at Lucy's house, and Sandy's going to sleep, and then they start kissing, and it gets really heated. This was back when I was gonna have Mike and Lucy and Sandy all be in a relationship together, and I was like, well, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna make it feel natural? This was one of the ideas. I actually came up with another one that I could have done. The original idea was like, oh, I guess they like make out and they realize they like each other or something, and they decide they can share Mike or something. I don't know. It was weird. But then the other idea I had was when Lucy and Sandy and Mike are all playing video games together. Maybe they were all having a really great time, and they all three of them kind of cuddle up together while they play games. And they realize like, hey, this is actually working out pretty well. You know, all three of us are getting along really well. This could, you know, be something. But I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Instead, I was like, what if Sandy and freaking Augustus got together? And I have a story planned. It's called Cloak and Ribbon. It's gonna be about Augustus and Sandy and their relationship. Deserve Love 2. Amaya can't find a date to senior prom. Look, I hate David, but I had to do the Amaya David story. I had this one line in my head, and for the life of me, I could not figure out who I wanted to ship with Amaya. I didn't want to do Mike or Paulo or any of the regulars because it's like I've done that to death. I threw David in there. Honestly, I was thinking of doing Jordan. For a brief time, I considered Jordan and Amaya, which would have been such a weird thing to do. But I chose David, and this, of course, mystery, more mysteries. What's gonna happen? Where did David go? Good story. A bad history. Oh, okay, this was the one. Alright, so basically Mike leaves the arcade and he sits down and he James follows him, and he and James have a little heart-to-heart about, you know, the tenuous past between Mike and Lucy. It's just a cute little story. Macy Dreamer's good at coming up with little concepts for things. Flowers. This one's a good one. This is one I really hope Slushy continues this one. This was such a cool idea. Basically, Mike gets this disease where he starts coughing up flower petals. And if he doesn't, the victim, if Sandy doesn't return her feelings, then he dies. Or when the victims die. This is just a cool idea. I wish it would continue. And Kindled Flame. Okay, this is... So if Mike went up to the tree during Eternal Flame and Paulo was there, and basically Mike and Paulo fall in love. It's a Malo fic. Malo Monday. It's a good one. First Date, First Kiss. This is a cute continuation or a prequel to the one of Mike and Rachel in it. You don't know how cute you are. So he calls his friend for advice. It goes all right. Yeah, it's just the cute Mike and Rachel fic. What more can you say? Raspberry. This is another really good one. That jerk Raga is really good at pulling on your heartstrings and like nostalgia. And this is another one that does it. This is very childhood nostalgia. Lucy's just this innocent little kitten. She's like eating raspberries, and it makes her face look all red, like there's blood all over her face, and that causes like a little bit of a confusion with Mike. It's a really cute story. Hey Lucy, I remember your name. What is... I don't remember what... This is another Lucy is Dead story. Nope. BMCA! Hey Lucy. Yeah, okay, so Lucy's dead. And that's the story. This is a story all about how the life got... It's a good story. Alright, we're getting some more recent stuff. Can we try again? This is a nice Paulo Rachel one. Paulo basically begs Rachel for forgiveness and is like, look, we should try again. But Rachel doesn't make it too easy for him. Honestly, if I was Rachel, I wouldn't take him back. But maybe she recognizes that Paulo's just a dumb guy and he means well. This is a cute one. I like to actually... There's kind of a continuation of this one. But I'd like to see them, Macy Dreamer, continue that. Special Treat. Okay, yeah, this is like a continuation. So basically, this is a Halloween one where Paulo decides that he's ready to have a kid with Rachel. And they decide to adopt. It's a really nice story. Your Personal Pillow. This begins the era of Mike X Daisy. Basically, Mike is studying, but he's not been able to sleep well because of nightmares, and he starts falling asleep at the library. So Daisy like brings him over to like the beanbag section and like lays his head down on her lap so he can take a little nap. It's a cute story. Hunger Games, but it's BCB. This one's really good. Okay, I know I said Slushy should continue the other one, but this one definitely gotta continue this one. So it's literally what it sounds like. Hunger Games, but it's BCB, and it's so well written. Every character is in character except they're like in the Hunger Games. It's so good. It's just, and when I say in character, they're in character, but in the context of they're in the Hunger Games universe. So it's not like they went from the Roseville universe to the Hunger Games universe. It's just the Hunger Games. This one is really good. And I highly, highly recommend this one. And I cannot wait until it's continued. I really can't wait. Visitor. She's right. Do I remember this one? This is another... Oh, this is another Lucy is Dead one. Oh, this is another Lucy is Dead one. This one's like really bad. Like it's not badly written, but it's like I'm reading it now and it's like, oh my gosh, Paulo attacked him. He's got a restraining order. The ones where Lucy actually dies are really gut wrenching. It makes me sad. But this is another great one. Home Alone. I don't remember what happens. I think Paulo and him just like cuddle or something, watching a movie. One night in a hotel wouldn't be so bad. Wait, what? Quietly opening the doors, tiptoeing into the kitchen, about to walk through this. Two boys both asleep on the couch, a blanket pulled over their lower halves as the title screen for the movie played again and again. In the glow from the TV, Kevin saw Paul's arm resting protectively over Abby, and a look of such peace and comfort on his son's face that Kevin felt a tear slide down his face. I don't. That's. Look, I'm not hating. The ship was so beautiful. His dad cried. That's wonderful. As quiet as she could figure out. Wait, why would he go to a hotel? He could just go to his room. I don't understand. Interesting. Very interesting. Christmas lights. This is another cute one. Basically, just Mike and Daisy. It's from the same universe as Personal Pillow. They're just looking at Christmas lights. And it's cute. Sometimes it's all it's gotta be. The Anchor. This is another great one. This one, there's something in this one that like really hooked me. Oh right, this is Paulo gets drunk because he loves Mike. He thinks Mike has a crush on James, but Paulo loves Mike, and he gets drunk and he calls up Mike, and they end up getting together anyway. This is a good one though. I like the multi-chapter ones. You can do more with them. Mike, I like you a lot. Would you maybe go on a date with me? I think I would like that a lot. It's a good one. Good stuff. We've got some growing to do. I should remember this one. They just talk about the past relationships, and this is another Paulo, or this is another Mike and Daisy story. You sweet. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think we're just both bad though. This is I'll always say this. I think Mike and Daisy would have actually have been better together than Mike and Lucy, honestly. Warming up. What is this one? What happens in this? Oh wait, Paulo's cold for. Oh yeah, he's just mad about life. Paulo's cold. Lucy holds his hand. This is just a cute little tsundere Lucy one. Sleep time for me. Oh, you have a great night, man. I appreciate you coming out. The ones where Lucy is like being an absolute tsundere, but she's like clearly she's enjoying her time with Paulo or like another character. Those are fun. It's so
10 minutes indeed.
10 minutes indeed. Well, there's more stories to do, but we got to get back to the big one, the great granddaddy, the one that started it all. January is what every BCB fan wishes they could make. Well, that's fucking badass. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that out loud. Alright, so, Daisy time.
Hooray. All right. Let me make sure I'm on the right page. Here we are. 117. Come on. Oh wait, no, wrong one. Is everything all right, guys? I heard yelling and wait, no. That you're on the wrong page. We already went through this.
No, I'm on the right one.
No, because I said the wait, what? And the check your baggage at the door.
Wait, what? Check your baggage at the door. Yeah, and then we went to she said Mikey. And then is everything alright? Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. I didn't want to spoil the next pages. Mr. Awesome, how you doing, dog? It's good to see you. What's poppin'? We're just getting to the end of January here, the epic conclusion, so you've come at the right time.
Yeah. You have come at the exact right time because this is the big scene from January.
This is the big Daisy scene where she says,
Daisy
"How
scene.
dare you?" to Mike.
Come on, Mikey. You just got here. You can't just leave.
Why not? I'm clearly not welcome.
What? What? Because of Paolo? Come on, Mikey. He's just being silly. You know how he is.
Yeah, he just likes to yell at people that don't want to be somewhere.
He kind of does.
It,
He kind of does.
it's great. This is totally Daisy in character, though. Just like defending Paulo no matter what he does.
She's defending her friends. She's like, yeah, you're being silly, Mike. Come on, stop being silly. You're not unwelcome. Paolo even said you're free to welcome. You're free to join us. Although he was pretty rude. But he doesn't. But he just doesn't want you being all angsty about it. Come back inside. I'm sure everyone will be more than happy to see you. This is the first party where everyone's here. Even Lucy made it.
Daisy, I can't go. If I go in there, it's just going to stir up more drama and...
Ah, come on. I thought you were over Lucy by now.
It's not that simple, Daisy.
I mean, I thought that was why you moved to the new table in the first place. Also, I just like I want to focus on that T mouth Daisy, because that T mouth Daisy is great. It's cute.
Go back.
Mm.
What T-mouth, Daisy?
Near the bottom, like the third to last one. No, before
Or
that.
she groans?
No, the one where Mike interrupts her. She's like, Daisy, I'm sorry, but I can't.
Oh, that one. Oh, I got you.
Damn it, Mike.
Wait, you knew it was about Lucy?
Was I not supposed to? No offense, Mikey, but it wasn't that hard to piece together. I knew you were just trying to take some time away from her, but I think this has gone on. But I think it's gone on long enough.
Been like 2 weeks.
No, because he was ignoring her before December, remember? She was giving him space, and he still did this.
Daisy, you don't get it. I'm not trying to take time away from her. I'm trying to get away from her.
How long do you plan on keeping this up? You can't ignore her forever.
Why not? Why should I have to deal with her after everything she's put me through?
Because she's our friend, Mikey, and we don't abandon our friends.
She's not my friend, and I'm done playing nice with her. I left the table so I wouldn't have to deal with her anymore.
Really, Mikey? Did you really think you could just move to another table and everyone would take your side and no one would care about Lucy?
That's what happened. Right?
No. Daisy was on the preconceived notion that, oh, this is just a temporary thing, you know. She's probably going to come over any time now once she caves, and then it'll reset.
Well, I knew you would. And it's funny how only now you care. You didn't have to join me.
I only did it because I thought it was temporary. Wait, you knew I'd join your side?
Like Captain America, so it's like BCB Civil War.
Oh no. Don't you do this to me. Never mind. Just come back inside, Mikey. You don't have to leave like this.
No, I've made my decision. I'm not going to deal with her anymore.
Oh, Mikey, come on. If you leave, you're just going to make things worse for the rest of the group.
And that's my fault? Why am I responsible for everyone else's actions? If Paulo wants to deal with her, so be it. Let him play rebound for Lucy. I'm done!
Play rebound? He just wanted you to go inside.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure it doesn't have anything to do with Lucy. And the fact he just broke up with Jasmine.
Come on, Mikey, you're being ridiculous. Come back inside and hang out with us.
Why? It's just gonna be the same bullshit. You're gonna make me play nice with her and deal with her crap. I've told you already. I'm done babysitting her. Let Paulo deal with her shit. I am done.
Sorry. You know what? Ewan, if you want to be all all angsty and broody by yourself, go ahead. But don't blame us for wanting to see her. Just because you don't want to deal with her anymore doesn't mean you have to drag us to pick your side.
Didn't though. Didn't do that. He just wanted to leave. And he didn't force any of them to go join him.
That's what he says right now.
I didn't drag you to do anything. You joined me. You can stay with her for all I care. You have so much in common.
I think it's so difficult sometimes. I swear
Maybe
to God.
Abby can show Paulo how to be a rebound.
Wait. What did you just say? What did you just say?
So I gotta teach you this lesson, cat.
Also, it is very apparent. Those 2 pages, again, it's kind of comes back to the kind of half planning, like because it's Daisy's setup here is a lot more disjointed, but it's for a different reason. Because in those previous pages, it's because if you notice, she's like, "Oh, wait, you knew I joined your side." She does that wait trick twice because I was like, "Wait, not yet. We gotta add more dirt onto the pile for Mike, so he can before we bury him. Let him dig his hole a little deeper."
That's why you thought I joined you. You knew. You. How dare you? How dare you?
Wait. So
What?
Abby and Daisy are no longer together in this?
They are a thing. It's January. They are still a thing.
That's a shame.
At least right now. But yeah.
Wait. Why would Abby show Paulo how to be a rebound?
Because Mike's insinuating that Abby's just a rebound for Mike because he knew that Daisy still loved him.
Oh, dang.
That's why Daisy is freaking out right now. She's like, "You banked on my emotions. You fucking banked on my fucking emotions, you son of a bitch. You!
What the?
Don't stop. How dare you? You hypocrite!
Daisy, what are you?
How can you call Happy and Paolo rebounds? Who do you think you are? How can you accuse Paolo when, if I recall, was there someone who actually did use Lucy as a replacement for someone else? Oh, who was it again? Oh yeah, you!
I want to make the argument that I think Mike actually did have feelings for Lucy and didn't just use her as a replacement. Like, I don't know. The comic
sure.
portrays it in both
Sure.
ways. It's really
But
weird how the comic.
That's not relevant to this.
What?
That's not relevant to this. Like, Mike and Lucy, that's not what's going on here. This is about Mike calling Paolo rebound and calling everyone else as, and
No,
in fact,
I know, but she's
how much I hate the word rebound.
She's insinuating that Mike was using Lucy as a replacement for Sandy. I'm just saying
Because he did. He literally did in the fuck. Unless they changed it in the fucking rewrite, but
No,
that
we read
was a
everything.
thing. That was a pre-established problem between the two. When Sandy left originally, like Mike did try to use Lucy as a replacement in elementary school, and then they ironed that out, and then they were fine. But that was a thing that Mike did.
Yeah, but they worked it out.
Yeah, but
Except
it's
they
still
didn't.
hypocritical for Mike to go around slinging like, "Oh, he's better than these people." When
Everyone's
he did the same thing. He literally did the same thing.
everyone's doing rebounds in this comic. Who in this comic hasn't done a rebound? think that list would be like very small.
Can we just stop saying that word? I hate that word.
That's
It's so stupid. It's such a stupid fucking way of describing what it is. It's so
replacement.
dumb. I
then.
hate it.
Replacement. Can we? What word would you prefer I use?
I don't fucking know. Something that doesn't make you sound like a fucking idiot.
Whoa! I'm just using the words that you use, big dog. Like,
No, I'm saying it's the words that the comic uses, because that always ticked me off. That, you know, Mike called Paolo a rebound, or even your stupid rebound doesn't like you. I'm like, who the fuck says that? What is that word? What's this? Mike, you're fucking stupid.
Daisy, calm down.
No, I will not calm down. You used me. You knew I still loved you, didn't you?
I had no idea.
You goddamn liar.
You
You
used
knew
me.
I'd. Huh?
You used me for land
Yes,
development.
of course. What? The what?
That's all I could think of. You used me for land. Yeah, the SpongeBob, classic SpongeBob
Oh.
episode.
No, don't you catch what that panel is though?
No, yeah, I get what it
Yeah,
is.
that's it. It's the Lucy line. Perfection.
You knew I'd follow you no matter what. Despite everything, I would always take your side because I still had feelings for you. And you know what? You were right. I loved you. And as much as I'd hate to admit it, I still do.
Aw, Daisy, you're better than that.
Deep, deep down, in a dark part of my heart, in a place I cannot reach, I still have feelings for you. Despite how the rest of my heart feels, despite how boneheaded you can be, despite how much I know it'll never happen, that part of me still holds on. No matter what, I still love you. And maybe I always will. And I hate it. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Because I also love Abby. More than that, he loves me too. And that was more than you were ever going to give me.
I wonder how this Daisy would have reacted to Mike saying there's no reason we shouldn't have dated. We could have. From Double Down.
Don't play with my feelings like that, Mike. No, don't do that.
Daisy, I had.
No! Don't speak! Don't say anything! I know already. You're gonna say something. I don't know what. But it's gonna make me forget why I'm mad at you. It's gonna make me forgive you. And I'm not ready to do that just yet.
Oh, fire and brimstone.
Wait, you had a
Slay 'em.
nosebleed?
Yeah,
Oh.
I have occasionally.
Oh no.
And one happened in there that I can.
Literally put your blood, sweat, and tears into this thing.
Oh, it was already there in the first fucking stream.
How we doing, boys?
Oh, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
We're at the Daisy rant scene of January, the greatest part in many's opinion.
Okay, good. I just wanted to stop by and say hello once again.
Oh, I'm glad to hear from
Hello.
you, big dog.
I am happy for you that you two are finally going to be reading January.
We're at the end of January.
We're about to finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
My brother
I
in
wish-
Christ.
I hope you two move on to False Idol smoothly,
You will eventually.
because it shall be legendary. And well, you two have a good night.
All right. Good night.
Bye.
Okay. You used me. You used us. You ran away from Lucy, and worse than that, you dragged us along with you.
Where is I just with you?
He banked on them
What
leaving.
would you
That was his whole
have me
plan.
do? Lucy was ruining my life, so I wanted her out. I wasn't dragging you along.
Then why didn't you tell us instead of leading us on?
Because I knew this would happen. Just because I don't want to be with the person who had abused me, suddenly I'm the bad guy and I'm responsible for her shit? So I left, alright? I'm sorry I didn't tell you guys, but none of you'd have my back if I had left Lucy.
Are you for real? I have been saying that for years. I have always said how awful Lucy was. How she doesn't deserve you. I always said that she shouldn't keep treating you like that. Remember? But you'd always tell me, "Oh, you just don't understand. It's not like that." And you know what? I believed in you. And even if I didn't, and even if I didn't like how she had treated you, I bit my tongue because I knew you were just doing what you thought was right.
Also, that panel is not on the fucking screen. Oh wait.
Sorry, I'm dealing with the work thing. Remember...
Because I knew you were just doing what you thought was right. But this is wrong.
This is wrong.
Ready at the end.
Look, I know I got on your case, and yeah, I told you to play nice. But it was only because the drama between you two was so bad, it was ruining everyone's year.
Also, that's a misspell.
Yeah, I know. I was getting ready to say wrong too. And that's my problem?
Yes, it is. Because instead of talking it out and dealing with it like friends, you chose to, oh, how'd you put it, dance around the subject and give everyone headaches. There, problem solved, the Lucy way.
That is
Right?
that is though. Is he wrong? But he shouldn't have done it though.
Again, the apt response though for Mike was what Daisy said after that whole or before that whole bit, which was talk it out.
Yeah, but do you think Mike didn't try that already? I mean,
He's not very good at conveying his actual emotions.
I think
except for when
it's much less,
except for when he lashes out.
because like he does I'm specifically thinking of the chapter not another shoulder, Pick Me Up, where Lucy's like trying to confess her feelings and then she goes to Mike and then she just starts an argument with him. But then they do come back together and they apologize.
Yeah, but
yada,
did
yada.
Mike tell her that?
Tell her what?
Like that? I guess yeah. Like,
But then it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's
I don't
just like
wanna-
it's the same shit. Like they Lucy starts a fight or an argument and then they make up and then it just happens again, and I guess he just got tired of that, and that's
Yeah.
what he's talking about. Oh, I'm
but
just
he
gonna...
didn't ever tell her that. It was Paolo that said, "Hey, shouldn't you treat him a bit nicer or apologize? You should probably apologize to him." Did Mike didn't say anything.
Yeah, because
He was the one that defended Lucy's behavior.
Yeah, I know. He's also an artard that was like, yeah, I gotta be her defender, my queen.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Is that Mike is very inconsistent. He enables the same behavior out of Lucy, but that's not the whole point. That's not even the fucking point of this whole bit. Look, the problem isn't that, oh yeah, Lucy's bad, but the problem that Lucy is not the one in the wrong right now. It's Mike. Mike's the only one who's getting in the way of every. I like Mike is literally making it everyone else's problem by having them move to choose a side.
He's not.
As
They chose to do
That was-
that.
yeah, but he didn't tell them about that. Like they were like, oh yeah, I guess we're just all moving to another table. That's the thing. And Mike just banked on that leaving Lucy alone. In that way, Mike did manipulate them into choosing him over Lucy. By being like, well, if you want to be with me, you gotta come over here. Or if you stay there, you can be with Lucy.
Doesn't it say a lot though? I don't know. It says something that they just didn't even think. I don't know.
Can we get through this page actually?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to wrap my head around these cats. But yeah, we'll continue. You're panting.
Right? You know, Mikey, what Lucy did to you was wrong. It was awful, and you didn't deserve it, but this isn't right either. Look what's happening. You're splitting the group apart and forcing us to choose a side. And I don't want it to be like that. Don't force me to make that call, Mikey. I don't want to lose you. But Lucy is my friend. Our friend. And we don't turn our backs on our friends in need. You don't want to deal with our problems, fine. But don't make it our problem too.
I don't know. I feel like his plan was bad and stupid and fucking what the fuck. It's like some cartoonishly villain plan that shouldn't even have
some
worked.
cartoonishly stupid plan.
Yeah, that shouldn't even have worked to begin with. But like they could have just not gone along with it, and he would have been like, all right, whatever. Or we don't know how he would have reacted if they hadn't followed him. Like, what if they just didn't do that? What was he gonna do then? What was his plan then? To just not have any friends anymore? Like,
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
what? But to like be like, oh, you're making it our problem is like, well, the ball was in your court. You're fucking gaslighting him again when he didn't force you to do anything. Like he banked on it, but he didn't force them to do it. He didn't say anything. He wasn't.
No, that's what Daisy's saying. I don't want to lose you. That's why they left. Because they're like, oh, our friend's going over here.
I think
we're gonna follow him. And whatever, you know what? And Lucy and Daisy's like, oh, it's fine. It's just a thing.
It is a rock
No, I
and a
want to
hard.
be there for my friend Mike. Mike wants to be alone. No, I should go comfort him and stay by his side because I care about him. Oh no, and everyone else is here too. Oh, that's great.
It is.
Oh, where's Lucy? Now she's like, it's emotional. That's the thing. It's banking again. It's banking on emotional and these on their friendships to get away. The fact that he put the ball in their court is a bad move. Is the problem. The fact that he used his friends as a bargaining chip. That's how his plan was in December. And that's what Daisy is highlighting here or is so upset about. That's what the problem is. That's him he is literally making them all go with him their problem. Even if they don't follow him, it's still their problem because now, oh, Mike's all alone because we didn't support him. Oh, we weren't there for Mike. Boop, 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 boop. That's the fucking problem with this whole fucking Mike December fucking December plan,
It's the rock in a hard place.
and it didn't need to be a thing.
Here's my counter argument. I don't know your life experience, you know. The reason I vehemently I personally wouldn't have gone as far as Mike did to like try to isolate the other person, because that's just fucking asinine. But you shouldn't have to deal with someone you don't want to deal with anymore. Even if you both share friends, you shouldn't have to like associate with the person you don't want to deal with anymore.
Of
Do you agree?
course. But the thing is, I'm going back because Daisy brought this up about the whole thing. You know, because she said, like, where is it? Because what? Here, when Mike said that exact thing, I wasn't dragging you along. Daisy's like, why didn't you tell us then? Why don't you just fucking tell us that that's your problem? Then we could understand this and we can make make it a proper fucking choice. Like, maybe we could work this out. Maybe there's an element to this that you're not understanding. Maybe you could just be a fucking reasonable about this instead of trying to literally running away from the problem.
What? Yeah, but that's his right to not want to have to deal. Like, it's not.
Yeah, and it's their right to know like what they're doing.
Yeah, I wouldn't have left anyone in the dark. I would have been like, hey, I don't want to deal with this person, so if they show up, I'm just gonna leave. But you literally said they figured it out though. Like they knew it was about Lucy, so there goes
No.
is it the difference between Mike verbally saying it versus them figuring out it was a Lucy thing?
It's a problem of Mike not being upfront about his problems. It's exactly the same thing it's the exact thing that has caused this whole thing between Mike and Lucy to be a problem in the first place. Because he wasn't upfront about what was really eating at him until it's too late. If
Because
he understood and if he go
because
back
he
to
was
fucking
believing that people only were nice to him because he was nice to Lucy. And then the moment he starts like not wanting to deal with Lucy anymore, then everyone turns on him, and that just reaffirms in his mind, "Oh, see, I was right. They were only nice to me because I was nice to Lucy." In a weird way.
except that that's completely wrong. As Daisy pointed out, she has always been by his side. She always fucking went up to bat for him. Even now, she still fucking cares about him. But he's gone too far. Because he started to make it her problem. And he used her and everyone else. Remember, that whole plan, like him pipering everyone, he starts that, but with Daisy. Because Daisy joined, he's like, that means that everyone else will come with me. Because they like this person, they like this person, they like this person. And it all starts because he knew Daisy would always be there for him.
But we're now in the everyone knows though. Everyone knows why he left. Though. That's where we're at.
They just had different they don't know exactly why. They're like, "Oh, some shit's happened." They don't know like whether or not this is going to be a permanent thing. Everyone was under that's the whole thing. That's the reason why Paolo didn't do anything. That's the reason why Sue didn't. That's why Paolo failed. That's why Lucy failed, and that's why Daisy failed. Because on a certain level they understood. There's probably some shit with Lucy, but they didn't understand. They underestimated just how much of a problem it actually was, and how big this was, and how much their decision actually, and Daisy in particular, she underestimated how big her choosing to be with Mike played into that. She didn't know that she was being played like that. And that's what pisses her off. That's what sends her over the edge. That's the principal line that she doesn't want to cross, or that she can't bear.
Hello, gamer. Welcome. It's good to hear from you. All right, I get it.
Yeah. Anyway, we're at the final page, so.
Doesn't Mike and Lucy have like a whole talk? What do you mean final?
No,
page?
I mean at the final page of Daisy.
Oh.
I know you don't want to deal with Lucy. I know you don't want to deal with Lucy. I get that. But that doesn't mean you have to make an ultimatum of it. You had no right, Mikey. You can't force us to choose to either stay with you and leave Lucy, or stay with her and watch you go. See, exactly the point I was telling you.
But he didn't say any of that.
No, but that's what he's implying by leaving the table on his own. Now they are in an ultimatum. Either they've that's the thing. That's why Paolo went, because he just assumed that Lucy will come back anyway at some time. Daisy was like, this is just gonna blow over anyway, so it doesn't matter. That's fine. Right. But now that Daisy realizes, oh no, Mike is really fucking this stupid, she's like, no, this is an ultimatum that you're making. They either choose to stay at Lucy's table and watch Mike go, or be with Mike and leave Lucy alone. That's the fucking decision.
They should. And this is gonna sound crazy, but I think they should just hang out with Lucy. I mean, if Mike wants to make this decision, then let him.
Maybe, but it's still look. That's the one problem with friend. That's the thing with friend groups. Like, when you split the table like this, people are gonna be upset. Like, hey, why don't we get our other friend back? And if you throw a bitch fit, they're like, but I really like that person. And then Mike, and then Mike would probably be like, oh, boo, boo, you don't support me.
Oh yeah,
and
he already does that actually. He's doing that right now.
Exactly, and that's fucking stupid. That's the whole argument here.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by saying that this is the ultimatum. This is the problem that Mike is presenting to this is the problem that Mike is making everyone else's problem.
I don't know, but then like historically speaking, and I'm thinking specifically of the chapter after Mike turned Lucy down and then everyone jumped up his ass for not saying yes to Lucy when she confessed her love to him. It's like, well, yeah. Like, and that's probably why he's like this now, because it's like, oh, but the first time I actually say no to Lucy, everyone jumps up my ass about it. So
and here's a question though. Did they still continue to do it? Were they still upset about that? Were they still giving him glares and shit about it? No. They didn't really care. They're just like, damn it, we gotta have this solved. Oh, why didn't you do this? Like, oh, okay. He shows her. He explains his case, shows Sandy, and they're like, oh, okay, actually that makes sense. Okay, understandable. Fine, Mike, you're all right. That's what happened. That's what fucking happened. Did you forget that?
Yeah, I have the attention span test she has with her own comics. I forget things. Just like how Daisy forgot that she never stood up for Mike, even though she did.
Anyway, you can't force us to choose to either stay with you and leave Lucy, or stay with her and watch you go. That's not fair.
Hey, that's the line. That's the thing from the chapter I was just talking about. What was I supposed to do?
Another reference. I don't know, Mikey. I can't fix this for you. All I can say is you shouldn't have split us up. It doesn't have to be like this. Just come inside and say hi.
Mike should go see Lonnie.
Please.
He should go get an appointment with Lanny. Just saying. I'm sorry, Daisy. I just can't.
Fine then! Just go!
Leave! If that's how you want to act, then go. If you can't talk to her, or even just acknowledge the person you once cared for, who you had almost died for, because of some stupid drama you should have dealt with long ago, maybe Lucy was right. You really are a jerk.
Remember the movie chapter? I gotta be specific. The first movie chapter at the movies.
Yeah.
I believe it's chapter 7, and they leave Mike and Lucy walk home, and Mike's like, "Man, wasn't that message about like being honest about your feeling?" Like Mike has tried, not unsuccessfully, of course, has like tried to get her to open up about her feelings though. And she just won't. It's like talking to a brick wall. It's not for lack of trying. That's the thing. At the end of at the movies, literally that entire last page.
So fucking early on that it is easy to just fuck up. It does not have any carryover.
I
It
remember
has no bearing. over
everything that happens in this
it.
comic.
That's before the fucking Sandy drama. That's before the fucking Mike and Lucy go to Acapulco. That's before everything. It doesn't matter. Again, the whole thing is just that he should have at least he should have been more upfront. That was the whole problem. If not with Lucy, then with everyone else. And is the only times that he ever tells them like this is a problem. This is a problem with Lucy. You guys aren't nice. Is when he's yelling at them. That's his problem. He never fucking gives. They never have an actual fucking conversation.
Have you ever read?
They tried, and whenever they try, it's too fucking late.
Bro's raging a lot with the comic. Yeah.
Well,
this-
to be fair, this is the rage section of January.
Yeah.
Like,
Have you
So-
ever
yeah.
read the BCI Another Kiss?
No,
All right.
I don't read any BCIs.
Oh, but man, if
They're
you
not
read it,
canon.
you would understand that would literally that scene is literally what you're describing what should have happened.
Sure, but guess what?
It's not canon.
And
Yes, I
what-
know. But
if,
like it's,
no. If it was so fucking important, it should have been in the canon.
it was
If it was
important.
that fucking important, if it was that so like eye-opening for the characters, put it in the fucking comic.
Oh, but then the comic had been over 15 years ago. Mike literally, this literally takes place right after Lucy kisses him and runs off. Mike goes after her and he's like, "Hey, you need to be honest with your feelings for me for once. Stop bullshitting me." And Lucy's like, "But I'm so scared." And they fucking talk about their feelings and they kiss and it's a happily ever after ending. This is what the people want. It could have happened a long time ago, but it didn't.
Yeah.
How else could the
Also, that's not the last panel, you know.
Yeah, I know. Go ahead.
You know that's not the last panel. I read the last two
No,
panels.
I know I went
you
back,
just
but
fucking
because I was
read over-
making a point. I actually was at this panel when you read it. I went back because I was talking about it. You really are a jerk. A jerk face. Who will?
Also, I just wanted to point out, yes, again, this is kind of the best part to do that rage, because this scene, like making January, there was one big rule. I didn't want it to be just that hate, this Mike bash, bad, mad Mike, bad. Like, and that's why so often Lucy's like, no, this isn't Mike's fault. This isn't fucking Mike's fault. Don't get angry at Mike. Like, because I wanted this to really be about, because that's not what this chapter's about. Or what this comic's about. I didn't want it to be like this hate-filled rant. It's more than that. It's all this stuff, and it's more about Lucy getting better and seeking help and everything, like work and trying to make everything work right. And so this one scene, this Daisy rant, is where all that concentrated Mike bashing went to. This was one of the scenes that had the most thought and fucking planning and plotting for every little bit put into, because I was like, I want to make this right. I want to say everything that is wrong, everything that happened, and have Daisy pull up all the fucking receipts. And by God, and because this character, because when I was thinking about it, the ending of January had a few different ways, because it, like I said, it was like meant to be at the table and have Paolo like gets at Mike and gets, but he doesn't go full on rage. He holds back and he decides, fuck this, I'm gonna leave, because he doesn't want to say too much. He doesn't want to fucking bring up, because he knows Lucy told him, don't fucking blame Mike. Don't hate him for what I did. And then Daisy's like, so like, who the hell do we give to deliver this fucking righteous Mike hate?
Oh, this
Daisy.
is the splash page.
Daisy makes the best fucking example. Yeah, it's a splash page. But I should mention, this is when the schedule got a little weird, because actually this isn't a splash page. That's half a splash page. The pages started getting posted in half segments.
Yeah. Slam. This is gonna be interesting. And you're gonna hate me for this, but this was written well before Another Flame. But it'll be interesting to see how close the dialogue between Mike and Lucy gets to what Teshi wrote in Another Flame between them.
Yeah.
The making up and being friends dialogue. No.
Hey!
God.
Damn it! Get back here, Mike! Don't you run away from me! Ah, there she is. Now we had the Paolo talk, we had the Daisy talk, and now it's time for Lucy to finally talk to Mike. Hooray. Mike! Stop! Mike, we need to talk.
Wait, I'm not. Are you reading another page? Oh.
What? No, that is the same page.
No,
There's
I'm
nothing
not
to
trying
talk
hurt you.
about.
You said I
Is it?
just want to talk.
No.
But you said I just.
Is this the? No. Yeah, let's go back. Yeah, I think there's a whole bit that's missing here. What? How's that even fucking possible? One sec here. Jesus Christ. How did I not know? How long have these problems been? Oh my God. Here, this is the full page of 127. Wait, no, you're in the wrong fucking bit. That's the fucking half page. That's the second half. So I think I may have not taken the first half.
Oh.
Unless, go back. Whatever. Mike, stop. Mike, we need to talk.
There's nothing to talk about. Just leave me alone.
Oh my God, seriously? You're being impossible, Mike. I'm not trying to hurt you. I just want to talk.
You'll have to catch me first.
Oh, yeah?
Just forget about it, will you?
Wait.
Yeah.
There. Now, are you gonna keep running? Now, are you going to keep running from me, or are you gonna finally fix this shit?
If you're here to kill me, just do it. But could you not give my face frostbite before you do?
Ah, classic RLM. That's an RLM reference. If you're gonna kill me, if you're here to kill me, just do it. But please, could you make it as slow and painful as possible? I haven't felt anything in years.
Several minutes of running and escaping later. Vine boom, totally. Okay, fine. Go on. Say it. Where you want to. Just do it.
What, I won the race? Yeah, congratulations. I've been exercising. It's been really helpful clearing the mind. And what am I gonna say exactly?
Don't act coy. It's all my fault, right? I should have done it your way, right?
Actually, I wanted to try to talk so we could work this out. But hey, admitting you have a problem is the first step to recovery.
You would know.
Hey.
Seriously? You're gonna be like this?
Well, only if you are, Mike. Being an ass is my thing, and I won't have you muscling in on my territory.
Oh, so I'm the ass now?
Oh, I see. Sorry, the page construction on the actual page is a bit hard to see, hard to tell. Honestly, yeah, you're kind of being an ass right now.
Oh, so I'm being an ass now for not bending to your will.
No, you're an ass because you made me chase you around the block while you were literally running away from your problems.
I wasn't running from my problems, I was running from you. Why can't you just leave me alone?
I did! I left you alone for like a month.
Yeah, well, it'd be better if you never came back. Oh my god. What the fuck?
Choice of word. Poor choice of words. Mike, give me your hand.
No? Why?
Mike, I'm not going to hurt you. Just give me your hand.
Why?
I need to show you something. Just give me your fucking hand.
Oh, she's gonna do the neck thing, isn't she? Why do you want my
You want me to leave forever, right?
Why? He didn't want her to leave forever, he wanted to leave her forever. Are you trying to make me choke you?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Mike, please, just feel for it.
For what? What am I even supposed to feel? What is that?
That, Mike, that is my scar.
Scar? What? Why are you...
Because I need you to understand that when you say it'd be better if I was gone forever, that I get it, okay? I get it. And this scar is to show you that for just a moment, I felt the same way.
Please stop, he's already dead.
No!
Do it, Mike. You have the power to choke her. Do it. And take your place by my side as Sith. You don't mean... You didn't... No. No, no, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, my God. This is not happening.
I'm sorry, Mike. It's true. About a month ago, I had tried to hang myself.
I had no idea that I wasn't... I think I'm gonna hurl. I'm sorry, Lucy. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for it to...
Mike, stop it! Stop apologizing. It's not your fault. Don't blame yourself.
What? What do you mean it's not my fault?
'Cause I mean, well, okay, it was kind of your fault, but you shouldn't blame yourself for something you didn't do.
But it was my fault. Everyone was right. I messed up. I wanted to.
You wanted to stop being my fucking babysitter. That's what you said, right? You're right. You're not responsible for my actions.
Whoa.
It's wrong to think otherwise.
I'm getting like deja vu here. Let me pull it up. You know what I'm doing. Let me pull it up. Here we go. I'm gonna read it.
Another attempt.
Hold up. Let's see. The worst side of our friendship is still a problem, though. You shouldn't have to tolerate me like I'm a charity case. I put so much pressure on you. I keep putting all my problems on you. I still need to get better at that.
I preferred this. Nice callback to the fucking earlier chapters where
Yeah.
Mike said, "Sorry, I don't want. You're not wanted to stop being my fucking babysitter. You're not my babysitter."
Yeah, no, I know what it's a reference to. I'm just saying that that the dialogue in Another Flame is also this is like, you know, it's like parallel. In Another Flame, they're having a very similar conversation to this. Like, it's worded differently, but it's like the idea where Lucy's like, you shouldn't had to have dealt with me like that. I put so much pressure on you by putting all my problems on you. You're right, you're not responsible for my actions. It's like poetry, it rhymes. God, I wish things could go back to the way they were before. And then in Another Flame he says, but I've missed you. I miss having someone to talk to. I'm willing to take it slow. Look at that.
Yeah, I think it's a bit too late for that now. And that's the real message of January.
I can't believe you killed my ship. Unacceptable.
You can't go back to it.
I hate Sandy so much. She is a manipulative gaslighter.
Oh, there's a funny thing about this next page, but I'll bring it up once we get through it.
God, how the hell did we get to this point?
Well, if we're being honest, it was a group effort, but it's not like we can't fix it.
What you just said.
I said it's too late to go back to how we were before, and honestly, I don't want things to go back to be the way they were before. I was a real jerk to you back then, and I don't want to be like that anymore. Also, and don't take this the wrong way, but I don't love you at all anymore.
This is the Skinwalker Lucy, okay? Because real Lucy, when she came back, she still is in love with Mike, even though she says she didn't like him anymore.
Yeah, and
she was
you're
like
gonna see
double tsundere. But this is a good step.
No, I just want to point out. Go into the next page for a second. You might notice a difference. You might notice something.
She has 4 hands.
No. Even better than that, she gets the double face fins. This is where she fucking got it.
The cheekers.
And what's funny is, and I posted the full page on in the chat, but I didn't even remember this. But apparently, that edition was actually because of someone else's drawing of Lucy. Like, they gave her the double fins, and I'm like, oh, that actually looks way better, and it helps form her face, because honestly, the one big fin just always was throwing me off. Having 2 helps stabilize it and gives her a better face, in my opinion. Better face mold. Did you see? It's weird. She gets it right in the middle of a page. It's weird.
She reached enlightenment. That's how.
All right.
Well, geez, I get it. You hate me.
No, Mike, that's why I came to talk to you in the first place. I mean, how do I put it? I don't love you, but
I don't hate you. I care about you, but I want to let go. Am I making any sense now, right now?
No, not really.
Yeah, I love that panel. Look, I didn't rehearse this shit, okay? Cut me some slack. I'm sorry for everything, and I know that doesn't make up for all I did to you, but I want things to be okay between us. At the very least, I don't want us to be at each other's throats. It's because we refuse to work through our problems that we are where we are. And now look at us. Now all our friends are paying for our own mistakes. Which brings me to the real reason why I came to talk with you. Mike, would you really want me back in your life?
What are you looking at?
Yeah, I know. Look, there's a fucking thing. Like at this point I started to okay, you may not notice it, but I did because I know how these fucking each fucking every iteration of the fucking eyes, because the eyeballs were starting to get changed because I started to see the limitations in them. Like earlier in, they were more like slits, they were more narrow and
Whoa.
vertical. And here's where we started to get a bit more rounder in order to kind of, because I did, in order to kind of help with it. But I just didn't get the direction. Also, um, Lucy was drawn first, so I didn't know where Mike was going to be. So that's also part of it. But yeah. Anyway.
Oh god, well, I'm pressing all the wrong key bindings. I'm sorry. I couldn't edit it fast enough. Go on to the next page. What? Why are you asking me this?
Well, I've been spending the last month trying to get better. And I feel like I'm getting there. I've been getting help, been seeing other people, and I even got a new table. And um I guess what I'm trying to say is I've finally found an out. I feel like I'm ready to move on. My only concern is, are you? Because I'm not going to leave unless you are ready to let go. I mean, I could leave. I could have just turned my back and let you walk out in the snow all alone and not care. But that just make things worse. So, what's it going to be, Mike? Do you want me to stay in your life, or do you want me to go?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Daisy and Paula were pretty upset, and I don't think they.
Ugh. Oh my god, Mike, stop overthinking this. Forget about Paolo, forget about Daisy, they don't matter.
But they'll.
They'll do whatever they want. And we'll have to deal with that later, but right now, that's not important. Whatever tomorrow brings will happen no matter what. The only thing that matters right now is when tomorrow comes and we have to face each other, do you want me to be out of your hair?
I. I don't want you to go.
Yay. Also, you can see a bit of that was a bit of Paolo advice that she brought up.
Yeah.
It was like, whatever tomorrow brings, all hell can break loose tomorrow. Right now, I'm happy.
Wait, is this Scout?
What? No. Shut up.
Blink.
Wait. Really? You're sure?
Well, yeah, I mean. Lucy, I didn't mean for you to get hurt. I just. Yeah, you did. What the fuck? Yeah, you
Oh,
did.
yeah.
That's-
No, not
what?
in that way.
Oh.
He didn't want her to fucking die or injure herself because of him.
I just wanted to get away from the drama, from the abuse. But if you're serious about changing your way, then I guess there's no reason to leave and make things worse.
That
Thanks, Mike. I'm glad you care. Honestly, I heard you were just doing it out of guilt.
You know what's fucking insane?
What?
Mike is such a simp that Lucy was still doing the abusive shit when she came back and he was still simping after her in the main comic. That's crazy.
Well, that's because he was so deluded that he had the fucking dream about Magneto.
That's
He
why
had the dream about Magneto fucking Sandy.
that's why I say he actually, the eternal flame is Lucy, it's not Sandy. But Pesci has a weird way of showing it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure she has a plan. Well, I do feel bad, but I still care about you getting better.
Not romantically though, right?
Yes! No,
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Oh, no.
Lord, no.
No?
No!
Yes!
No, it's not happening.
Do it. Do
This
it,
is not
Amazon.
that place. This is
No.
not the place for this. For
It's
that.
the place. Honestly, this Mike and Lucy ship is more viable than the actual canon comic now. It's just insane.
Well, that's a load off my shoulders.
I'll say. I guess we should go back inside. There's still a party going on.
I don't know. When I left, they were getting kind of rowdy, especially when they saw Daisy angry.
Oh my god, they saw all that?
Yeah, probably not good for you to go back there. Actually, I was gonna say we could go to my house to. Oh, Sammy, your pen. Are you okay? Actually, on second thought, that's not a good idea. Eh,
Things are gonna be pretty fucked for a while, huh?
I'll be fine. We can go to your house and talk about it. By the way, got any hot cocoa out?
I don't know, it's been a long time.
Well, we can grab some on the way. Oh, don't be so angsty, Mike. Everything is going to be okay.
Everything's gonna be alright. Wow, we did it!
Everything will be
We did it! We reached the end!
alright
It's
in the end.
it's us, the guys who
Everything
asked.
will
Here we
be
go.
alright.
Wow, what is this? This is crazy.
In the
You
end.
made a mistake. Your internet broke. Okay.
Yeah, there was a few things that came in. Yeah.
Lost cat.
Nonetheless, that is January. You did it.
We did it! I like this. Like how Lucy's portrayed her hoodie, her tufts. Hey, join the Readstream.
It's Lucy Prime, baby. It's Saint Lucy Superior.
I don't know if you're watching the Readstream, Nume. Right now.
Maybe.
We're gonna have to find out.
The gamer says, spoiler, it isn't going to be okay. You're right, it's not. In the canon, no. But that's the whole point of January, is that it's not the canon. And we're going to make this better. We're going to fucking fix this. We're gonna fucking do what we can.
Boss Idol's so good. I can't for a bit. Oh, well, we're getting ready to end the thing. But, dude, I didn't know it was the new... Oh, wait, never mind. I'm not gonna say who's in the Discord on the fucking live stream so they can get in trouble. Even though I already did. Dude, you know what? January, I think this is a fucking monument. This is like peak fan BCB right here. Peak BCB fan art, fan works right here. I know it's like sacrilege because you could see it as you trying to quote unquote fix the comic. I don't really see it like that. But the fact that how many pages is this?
133 pages.
133 pages of a fan comic. Honestly, if I was Teshi, I would be really honored. I wouldn't hate this. I would be like, this is awesome. like I'd be really flattered. And it's such a interesting dissection of these characters in a way to wrap things up in a nice, neat little bow. It's just it's such a good exploration of it, and it solves all the problems. And then when the problem is solved, we move on to the next one, and we don't even have to worry about that other problem because it's done now. We don't have to bring it up in another 2 chapters and forget we resolved it.
The point, that's actually one of the big points about the ending is that it's similar to like the doctor's scene. We don't get to see the doctor's scene, but we can rest easy knowing that, you know what, it's getting better. She is getting the help, and this is how it should be. We don't have to see Mike and Lucy hash it out and work through it and talk about their feelings like the whole time, or how they're going to resolve that. But we can just at least just knowing that, you know what, they're gonna be okay. They're going to fucking try. That's good enough. And that's really it. And also one thing you mentioned, like wrapping it up in a loyal bow. That was the whole thing about January. Like there was in the original concept of January, it was meant to be like a it was meant to be more of like a serial comic where it was just gonna go forever or whatever. And it was not, or like there was an idea for the ending, as you can see, but that was but it was meant to be like, we'll get to that whenever we get to that. But as the comic was kind of developing and we started to get into the serious stuff and be like, okay, let's have a, you know what, we can have a talk with Sam about like getting the meds. We can have a talk with we can have a talk with Lonnie where we talk about, where we get to see her tell Lucy like how to get help and stuff like that, where we see each step of the way. I started to take it more seriously and started to think of like that sort of stuff. Of course, there are a lot of still jokey stuff, like all the stuff with Rachel and Paolo and everything, but one of the reasons, like by near the end of this, I was really starting to get tired of this comic, and I was really like, I just wanted to get it done, especially once we got to the Lucy scene of all things. And that's why like it was coming out in half pages, was because like I was starting to get frustrated with myself because of how long this comic was taking and how fucking slow things have been going, and I'm like, this should have been done like a long time ago. I don't understand why it's fucking taking so long. We just need to hurry up and get it to the fucking end. But the like the reason why I wanted to get it to the end was because I wanted to actually have an ending. I wanted to make sure that, you know, January, one of the things that makes it special is that you can it's just an isolated story. I didn't want it to be like this, oh, what's going to happen next? What do you think? It doesn't matter what happens next. What happens next is they live happily. They're friends again. Everything's going to be okay. And whether is it going to solve everything? Is everything solved? Probably not. Like, how does everyone else feel? I don't know. They're probably not. They're probably going to have some problems about it, but they'll work through it. That's the whole point that Lucy says. Like, they're going to work it. Whatever happens, happens, and we'll get to it. We'll deal with that. But right now, we need to fucking finish. We have to work on this. Take this one step at a time, and shows that she's learned. She's grown and developed as a character and as a person. One thing, though, one bit of criticism that someone pointed out to this, and it's also why I mentioned like that cut scene of Paolo auditioning at the play, is because Lucy says like it's been a month. Like, yeah, there was a hidden time skip between the Susan introducing Lucy to the new table and happy hour. There was a whole time jump there that we didn't get to see. But that whole bit was just Lucy being Lucy and hanging out with the new table and all that jazz. That's kind of the implied thing. But the one I bring it up because one bit of criticism that I got that I do think is very warranted was that it does kind of streamline the recovery process in getting help and beating depression. And it kind of feels like Lucy's beating her depression. She look at her, she's so strong, she's all great, and it's like it takes a lot more time. It really does. But it is what it is. And I just wanted to get it done. I wanted to at least show like that was the whole point of January, is to show that it can get better. And as long as you try, as long as you fucking stay honest, be upfront about yourself, be accepting of whatever comes, then it will get better. But because that's what I wish we got from the canon. I wish I could fucking point to someone in the canon and be like, there, that's the character you should be like. Like, you should try to fucking, that's how Lucy is. That's how Lucy should be. I want her to be a fucking, if she's gonna, a lot of people fucking relate to Lucy, and a lot of people see themselves in her. And it eats me up inside to see, like, people that see themselves in her see her get worse. And they don't recognize that she is getting worse. Or they don't understand why this is a bad thing. Like, no, you need this. You fucking need to know, like, this is what you should strive for. Strive to be understanding, to talk about your feelings, even if you can't fucking figure it out.
That is...
How so? Read the comic.
That is, by the way, the link to the first page of January is in the description of this live stream. Perhaps these characters you've written here, they're the same characters, but they're also radically different characters at the same time. They feel like the evolved version of these characters in a way, but I feel like the characters Teshi wants to write are characters that just continuously make the same mistakes.
It's a vicious cycle.
Like, the idea is that they make the same mistakes, and that's like not a fallacy on the writer, that's like an intentional thing.
No, yeah. And that's also really fucking scummy.
But the other thing is, I don't know. I hate this argument. I know it's a bad argument, but you could say, like, they're also young. They're like 16. They don't know.
Yeah. And that is one thing that I really did. I think I did a good job in writing the dialogue in that way, because reading January again, like, you can definitely, like, there's bits where they talk about stuff that is kind of over their head. They're talking like a lot of sense, but it still feels like they're children, or they're teenagers. Like, one thing that I hate about the argument that, oh, they're 16, they're 15, it's whatever. Like, but 15, 16-year-olds, they do still have a brain. Like, yes, if you told a 16-year-old what the word trauma is, they'd understand they'd understand the definition, but they wouldn't necessarily understand the strength of that word and what it really truly means. But they can grasp that. They can understand, like, okay, this is what has to be done. They'll do it, but they wouldn't have a better grasp at it. A great example of this is Paolo's dialogue, like fucking all of his shit. Yeah, he gets to that he starts philosophizing about, like, hey, like, who cares? Who gives a shit about whatever happens? Tomorrow, everything is gonna look right. Like right now, I'm not thinking about what is going to happen. That my friend Sue, who's going to fucking break down this door and kill me, and everything's gonna suck. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because right now I'm thinking about what right now I'm thinking about how fucking awesome what we just did was, and I'm thinking about how fucking cool I am just right now, sitting on a couch with a pretty hot babe. Come tomorrow, all hell can break loose, but right now in this moment, all is right with the world. Like, what he's saying is philosophy, but it feels very, but it's still juvenile. And there's something that can be learned from from teens, and there's something that they can learn. If they got therapy, that's the whole thing with Lucy. Like, she got therapy. She now understands that it was wrong for her to do these things, and she needs to fix it. And she can try to do that by getting Mike to understand. And that's her whole thing that she's doing here. She's trying to get Mike to understand what's going on and finally make a decision. Like, we'll work together to fix this. If you really want to go, then fine. Like, I'll fucking do whatever needs to be done. I'll be like, hey, stop being so mean to Mike, all right? Let him be. It's fine. We're fine. You don't need to be a big deal about it. They can do it. But yeah. And I know you're fuming about Mike X Lucy. That's the whole point, though.
I honestly don't really
want it
care
to
either
be.
way. It's a fun thing to do.
I just hate that trope, though. I don't want it to. Like I said, I don't want Mike X Lucy to be the end game. Like, that's not the goal for Lucy. The goal for Lucy is not get with Mike and be happy. It's be happy. Be happy with yourself. Be happy with who you are and improve upon yourself. Understand what's wrong with you and what's wrong with others, and try your best to remedy that.
I think that's the arc she's going through in the comic now, kind of, but she's not doing a very good job at doing that.
Yeah, we don't really get to see that too much either, because it's more Mike focused right now.
Yeah, but she was at the arcade by herself just hanging out, so that's
Sure,
something.
but okay, like, that was also one of the big reasons for the creation of January in general. Is like, I felt like Lucy wasn't getting as much attention as she deserved. Like, she got through that whole depression arc and we never saw her. We got little bits and like hints, and she fucking talks with Paolo a bit at the end of A Piece of Cake, and we get to see like, her room's all trashy or something, and what is this? No one, who fucking knows? Who fucking cares? We don't get anything. It's all fucking kept in the background. I'm like, no, show that shit. Show me this development. Show me this fucking degradation of the character. Show me what it is. Show this character. Show this character being a character. I want to know what. I want to understand this. I want to understand what's happening.
I was on the understanding, I don't know where I saw this from, but somebody said that the reason Lucy was written out is because people were complaining there was too much Lucy in the comic. And so Teshi just wrote her out for a couple chapters.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Was there a lot of Lucy-centric chapters? Sure, yeah. But writing her out, that's stupid. That's absolutely fucking dumb.
That, I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what I heard. Could be shenanigans, chicanery.
Nonetheless, I guess we should preface. I guess I can. Before we go, we should actually preface False Idol, because here's the fun fact: there wasn't supposed to be a False Idol. Like, after with the inception of January was supposed to be just this isolated fucking comic. Just like, we're gonna have our fucking we're gonna have our fucking Lucy comic, and that's gonna be it. This is gonna be the last thing I make for BCB. But then again, the Just Beautiful segment happened. And it's like, oh, well, actually, here's an idea. And I just like started playing around with that, with the models, and being into like, there was a side comic that I wanted to do called Objectified, and I made one page for it where it was just Sandy and her model coworkers, like, talking. And Sandy's all like fucking insecure and stuff, and she's dealing with it. And we get to just see her and these models like interact. We just see a day in the life almost, and her trying to solve problems and stuff like that, and how each of them kind of confront her and or confront these problems in a similar way, of like as if it were a January scene almost. But that was scrapped because I was like, nope, we're gonna just focus on January. But the more I focused on January, there was a question that kind of asked me, like, okay, January, if January was like a chapter arc in BCB, like this was the alternate universe take of BCB. This is how the characters are. This is how they resolve this stuff. You know, where would you go from here? What would the end game of that comic be? How would you wrap this up? Where here? What would that ending of BCB be then? And the answer to that is in False Idol, which we will get into, I guess, in 2 weeks.
Right. You know, it's funny. We both had like radically different ideas of how to end BCB, but also kind of like we were also like, well, oh wait, I don't want to spoil it. So different, so on and so forth.
I just wanted to get an idea of how could we like resolve the other issue. Like, what would the last like issues be? Because the only other issue, once you get rid of the Mike X Sandy drama or Mike X Lucy drama, the next thing is, of course, Mike X Sandy. That would be the next logical and not next logical like big plot point. And so this is kind of that. Fleshing out Sandy, giving her, and that's what False Idol does. It's just fleshing out Sandy, giving her this whole world of things to do, all this new setting, new friends and characters, and understanding what it's like that to be with her, for her in her life.
Yeah, that is something good to explore.
Yeah.
We're kind of getting a little bit more Sandy now in the main comic. Some might say too little too late. But
I would.
it's the sort of thing that you kind of... How great would it have been if all those that flashback sequence in December, instead of just having it all in December, have those happen throughout the comic. So when Mike gets to that point, like you can literally slowly see him start to turn on Lucy, but then that would make Sandy more the bad guy. And Sandy's not the bad guy, but is the bad guy, but isn't, but is.
Maybe, but again, but that is a problem that I had with December. Is like you can't really pinpoint when these conversations happened. You're kind of wondering like, okay, so when did that happen? What part of which parts of Mike, like saying no to Lucy, were because of Mike, and which parts were because of Sandy's influence? That's why I brought up like the another path or whatever, or when Lucy confesses to Mike, like, was that even Mike saying that, or was that because Sandy was telling him like, oh, Lucy's bad, don't like her? You know, it muddles the water and it removes a lot of agency from Mike's character.
But yeah, and I just did a shower thoughts video on that. It's like, well, he's not really at fault. I mean, he is, but like he got tricked. It was like Anakin and Palpatine. Palpatine tricked Anakin into going to the dark side, and Sandy tricked Mike into going to the dark side. Because if Sandy hadn't gotten upset, Mike wouldn't have gotten mad at Lucy. It was literally...
No, but that's the question, though. Would he have? Would he not have? Because which parts were him? Which parts was because of Sandy's influence? Which parts... What part of this is actually Mike? Which part of this is actually fucking real? And no one knows.
This is a quick aside. Somebody on Tumblr under the BCB tag said, does anybody remember which chapter had that April Fool's sequence where Lucy runs to find Carter sitting in the rain so she can cover him with an umbrella? Was that taken out?
I showed that page already before.
Oh.
It is in the. I showed that in one of the original. It's in the original print, but it's gone now. But yeah,
You
there
said
there
you
was the
sent
bit
it?
where. Yeah. What?
You said you have the page?
Yeah, I'd have to fucking dig for it, but I know that I definitely like showed it when we got to that segment in when we were doing a regular BCB read
Oh.
because I vividly remembered that fucking bit as I love that bit. But yeah.
Well, if you find it, we'll send it to Pretty or Gray, and they can have that because it looks like they're looking for it. Half of these posts are mine. It's crazy. It's like me and Teshi are fighting for supremacy on Tumblr for BCB posts. And you, look at you right here. And there's also a lot of bots on Tumblr now. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that's fine. It's been a thing. But yeah, I think that was one funny thing. Like people like stop spamming the fucking BCB tag. I'm like, bitch, this is my comic.
Yeah,
Shut
spam it. Gotta do the networking. Even though everyone ignores my posts. But that's okay.
Literally everyone can. Literally, you can just block a tag. It's fine. Or block a user, and you won't see their posts anymore.
Oh, that's
if you want.
That would make me sad if all those people blocked me. But anyway, that's not for this. I'm excited for False Idol. If you guys like January, False Idol is like it's just
completely
epic.
different.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I should mention. Yeah, one of the reasons why I didn't want to like do anything after January was because I did not want to go into that stupid fucking sequel bit, the sequel trope of, we only have one idea and we're just gonna have to recycle that idea, and so like I don't want. It's not January. False Idol is not January 2. Everything that happens in January is set in stone. It doesn't get retouched. It doesn't like doesn't like get rehashed, like, oh no, now Lucy is relapsed and now we have to deal with that again, no, or oh no, now Daisy is getting suicide, whoa, no, what are we gonna do? Like, no, completely fucking different. It's a completely new story, whole new setting, whole new fucking character focus. No, it is me taking where January was very much an adaptation or an alternate timeline comic that played it very close. It was deliberately played very close to the canon, and everything that happened in January is meant to be stuff that happened in the canon based around this whole time frame. And specifically just asking the question, okay, if this happened, then what would happen in this chapter? If this happened, then how would this happen? That sort of thing. And just stringing along those series of questions and trying to apply them to the canon storyline. In False Idol takes place right after the cutoff of Trapped, and so the canon storyline is non-existent. It does not factor into anything. We have gone so far down the butterfly effect that the world is just completely irrelevant. The timeline that we know of is not a factor. Nothing has carried over. Everything has changed, and that's it. Question has never been revealed. I don't know. There's whole new questions to ask and whole new things to dive into, and that's what it's about. We'll explore. And False Idol.
Yes, good stuff. But we're gonna wrap it up because it's almost midnight for me, and I'm sure you have things you want to do as well. But
yeah.
All right, so thank you guys for showing up. That was January. Awesome. If you want to read it on your own time, link is in the description. When we come back 2 weeks from now, we're going to pick up with False Idol, and hope that can carry me for another few weeks while I try to make a backlog. Okay, peace out, homies.
Bye-bye.
The game.